Okay. GG's. Dann das letzte Video für heute. 10 Dragon Ball Cards that will skyrocket. Hä? Vom Video zu, das habt ihr verpasst. Da hättet ihr investieren können zu, hier können wir noch investieren. Vielleicht können wir hier ein bisschen Cash machen. Schauen wir mal. Philipp Collectibles, habe ich letztes Mal ein bisschen geglazed, macht guten Content über Dragon Ball. Und ich gehe immer tiefer rein in Dragon Ball, finde ich ziemlich cool. Hier diese Manga-Karte, holy shit, die ist teuer, aber ist ziemlich cool. Ja, bin sehr gespannt. Mal schauen. Wird, glaube ich, ein Banger-Video. 13 Minuten.
Middle of one of the biggest TCG boom hype phases we've ever seen, and it's currently the fastest growing TCG.
Oh, bold statement, aber hat er recht.
Though newcomers are wondering, what are some of the awesome chase cards to buy right now? That's why in this...
Ich verstehe auch nicht, warum Logan Paul, sorry, dass ich auf unterbreche, aber warum geht Logan Paul nicht da rein? Warum geht Logan Paul nicht in Dragon Ball rein? Was will der in Yu-Gi-Oh? Da kann man kein Geld verdienen, Junge. Da musst du in Dragon Ball gehen. Dragon Ball, der ist Cash.
Video, I'll be going over the 10 Dragon Ball cards that I'm personally monitoring, and I think...
Ich glaube, dieses Manga-Ding wird das nächste Evolving Skies.
that they actually have a huge chance for growth potential. Now, obviously, Dragon Ball has a lot of history behind it, and there's a lot of reasons why you should consider collecting Fusion World and Masters. And one big reason why I'm so confident in Dragon Ball is the fact that it still has a very loyal fan base with literally zero movement in the franchise for so many years. Though now with the Super Anime returning and so much media eyes on Dragon Ball, I really think this is going to have a big effect on the TCG and will only grow its popularity. Alright, to kick off this list, it is the Fortune Teller Barber alternate art from the Manga Booster Box set. Now this is such a classic throwback.
Wie viele Manga-Cards werden hier drin sein? Ich sag 10 Karten. Boah, ich sag 6 Manga-Karten. Weil dieses einfach ein Banger-Set ist.
To OG Dragon Ball, and the colors just look so good on this artwork. So you can see right here, I'm just looking at...
Hat ein bisschen was von dem One Piece Manga-Style, oder? Weil die haben jetzt auch, glaube ich, rot introduced bei den neuen. Also es gibt die normalen Manga-Karten und die roten Manga-Karten.
At the pricing for Fortune Teller Barber, and it was selling in November around 13 US. Super cheap card, man.
Super cheap.
Like back then, and it hasn't climbed anything ridiculous in price right now. Selling currently for $36. Now, yes, it's tripled in price in terms of that $13, but the way that Dragon Ball cards have spiked recently, that is still looking like a very okay price point considering how good some of these Manga Booster Box artworks are. These sets are just very, they've pretty much changed all of Dragon Ball. Those two sets, whether or not there's going to be any more of these, it's going to be very interesting to see how the community reacts to them.
Wollen wir mal gucken, wo die Karten gerade sind? Einfach so für uns. Schauen wir mal. Card Market. Was haben wir hier? Fortune Teller. Also gehen rein in Dragon Ball. Fortunate. Schreiben wir das so. Da war's. Fortunate. Ist das die hier? Fortunate Seller war es, oder? Ich kenne die Oma leider nicht. Baba. Oder war das, also bei Dragon Ball Tenkaichi war das nicht die, wo man irgendwie Power-Ups kaufen kann. Und also, ich lass mal Deutschland drin, okay? 50 Euro. Wie lange ist das Video her? 6 Tage. Wird schon knapp. Muss man schon langsam hier einkaufen. Ist auch ganz wenig online. Okay, vielleicht gehen wir da rein.
There were sleeping giants for a long time. But this artwork in particular, like I was saying, the artwork, it just looks so, especially if you have watched...
Ich weiß halt nicht, wer der ist, leider. Ich weiß leider nicht, wer der ist.
Dragon Ball, and you see how big of an influence that Fortune Teller Barber had. So I really rate this card as it does like take me back as well. So considering the price point, yes, it has gone up in price, but considering how much Dragon Ball cards have gone up, which you will see throughout this video, I still think this one's a pretty good pickup. Now, the next on this list is the Son Gohan Youth alternate art from Raging Raw. This
Raging Raw? Gucken. Ist das nicht auch das Set? Heißt das nicht? Ne. Son Gohan Youth. Schau mal. Son Gohan Youth. So. Hier. Boom. Ist hier noch günstig. 100. Boah. War die bei 75, hat die jemand verkauft. Wahrscheinlich in pur. Selbst gezogen. Schick. Bin halt leider nicht so Son Gohan Youth Fan, aber mal gucken, was er zu sagen hat. Also wir sind hier bei 119. Boah,
This is a
halber Preis.
really cool classic Dragon Ball artwork, and it's from early Z. It's definitely one I've actually had my eyes on, and this has a lot of similarities with that.
Son Goku GT? Ich weiß nicht, ob ich geinfluenced bin wegen dem Hype, aber geisteskranke Karte. Die geisteskrank. Son Gohan Youth?
Really new famous Shenron Goku card that's really just blown up like crazily in price. But for me right now, this
kostet die 1800 Euro oder so, glaube ich. Schauen wir mal. Die ist auf jeden Fall auch in dem Manga-Set. Boah. Das ist eine Karte. Ich glaube, oder vielleicht habe ich auch Scheiße. Aber, also, 1800 weiß ich nicht, aber sind nicht hier auch drin? Nee. Boah. Pengerkarte. Warte mal. Gohan GT oder wie heißt die? Son Goku GT. Son Goku GT. Wollen wir den Preis absteigen? Aber ich finde das Token so cool. Hier. Hä? Okay. Ich habe, glaube ich, Dingpreise meinte ich. Beckett 10 war 1,8. 540. Brutale Karte.
That's really just blown up like crazily in price. But for me right now, this one is looking incredible. So just here, I'm looking at it and you can see just there on that graph how much of a spike it's had recently. In October, this card right here was selling for $21. Right now though, it's selling for around 177 US, which is a massive spike in price. And that's all happened all recently. And that's to do with everything that's happened. I do find this one to be very similar, like I said, to that GT Goku as well, which is really gone up in price. Whether or not this one is attainable now, it just depends where you are and on you, like what you want in your collection. Fusion World artworks early days, I don't think that they really compare to Masters. I think though now Fusion World, especially what we're going to see in the future, it's definitely going to like turn the heat up a little bit in terms of the artwork.
Ich glaube, Fusion World bleibt auf diesen bisschen subtle. Auf diesen, es geht nicht so viel ab, auf bisschen diese ruhige
they're going to deliver, and it's going to compete with Masters as well. I still think Masters, which I will show you a few Masters cards throughout this video as well. I do think Masters is actually like delivers a little bit more sometimes in the artwork aspect, but that's going to change, and I've got a feeling, especially for this year in 2026, that's going to change a lot because Fusion World is catching up, but definitely a really cool artwork. Now also, I just want to say, if you have been enjoying the video, my name is Phil, and I've been making Pokemon content and Dragon Ball recently for the last 2 years. If you have been enjoying the video and would like to see more content, definitely feel free to subscribe. It's always good seeing new people on board. Now, moving on to the next, it is the Super Saiyan 3 Goku
Masters kommt auch rein. Ich bin großer Masters-Fan, deswegen freut mich das.
The Dragon Secret Rare from Beyond Generations. Now, this is a card from Masters, and interestingly, it also has a God Rare counterpart in Beyond Generations as well. Right now, you can get the raw copy for $172, which is definitely a decent price. It's very expensive still, but in considering how much Dragon Ball cards have risen recently, they've just gone like wild. You can see that it actually hasn't had that much of a spike. Masters cards have grown, but pockets of them have grown, whereas Fusion World cards have just spiked across the board. Comparing to what we can see about those other cards, they've had huge price growth. This one's still looking okay, and honestly, it's an incredible artwork to add to your collection. Now, the next on this list is the Japanese Dragon Ball manga booster box. Obviously, the English manga booster box is out of reach for a lot of people, but the Japanese version is definitely still in reach for now. So I'm just on the Japanese.
Ich bin normalerweise richtiger Fan von Japanese TCGs. Also bei Pokémon finde ich das sehr cool. Bei Yu-Gi-Oh! Finde ich das sehr cool. Bei One Piece finde ich das sehr cool. Bei Digimon finde ich das sehr cool. Irgendwie nur bei Dragon Ball stört mich das irgendwie. Irgendwie muss ich Son Goku sehen. Ich weiß nicht so, ich kann da nicht Watashimasu oder so, keine Ahnung, also no racist, sorry, lesen. Ich muss da Son Goku lesen. Ich muss Cell, Gohan, Tenshin Han. Ich kann da irgendwie nicht. Ich weiß nicht, bei Dragon Ball brauche ich das irgendwie. Ich weiß nicht wieso.
Japanese booster box here on eBay, and you can see recently sold here around 279. Same thing here, 279 as well. They're definitely expensive booster boxes, especially for Japanese sets, but considering that the English versions and the prices they've gone to, you still can at least own some.
Boah, was kostet so ein Display? Ich habe keine Ahnung, ich schätze mal 800. Schauen wir mal. Nee, das ist es nicht. Das ist bei der Oma. Müssen wir kurz schauen. Hier, Manga, Booster, Display. Boom. 650. Aber es geht eigentlich noch, oder? sieht das cool aus. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass ich verschiedene Artworks habe. Also, das sind noch verschiedene Sets. Sorry. Aber cool. Black 50, ja, sind noch nicht auf diesen Evolving Skies Train. Ist okay.
Something from these very iconic sets from Fusion World. They have really taken the whole Dragon Ball, like the community, by storm. They're actually one of the big reasons as well what's really caused it to go to these new levels. Obviously with the Super Anime returning, this caused such a big spike, but definitely for these Japanese sets as well, really good artworks as well, and they look incredible, so they're definitely good pickups. Now, while speaking about these Japanese products, it's actually a good time to cover today's video sponsor, Bai. Now, if you've ever tried buying side of Pixar to your for Dragon, what's available? House in Japan, packaged including 10 Fighters 3, and these are from Dragon Ball Masters, but it's actually the Z Enemy Alternate Art Secret Rares. So this includes Boo the Unlimited Margin, the Metamorphic Android Cell, and Frieza the Eternal Enemy. Now these cards were all released in separate sets, but they're essentially the final enemies of Z, showcasing all their forms. My personal favorite is Frieza because...
Was kosten die? Die sehen ja crazy aus. Also Boo Unlimited. Boo Unlimited. Boah, 500. Geisteskranke Karte. Wen gibt's noch? Metaformic Android Cell. Schauen wir das. Metamorphic Android Cell. 270. Sleeper. Und Frieza Eternal Enemy. Boom. Was war letzter Sale? So, scheiße. Frieza Eternal Enemy, oder? Eternal Enemy, glaube ich, was. Ja. Boah, die sieht auch crazy aus. Oder die sieht... Boah. Die sieht crazy aus. Die sieht auch crazy aus. 350. Ach Mann, ich hätte gerne alle Karten. Das ist echt schlimm. 350 ist cheap, Dog. Okay, mach weiter.
Frieza the Eternal Enemy. Now these cards were all released in separate sets, but they're essentially the final enemies of Z, showcasing all their forms. My personal favorite is Frieza because you can see Frieza's like from his base form to second form to third, all the way to Golden Frieza in the center. Plus the artworks are really cool and they're a little bit of a set as well. Honestly, these are awesome pickups and they make a Dragon Ball collection really stand out to another level. Plus, they're actually not that difficult to grade as well.
Cell der teuerste, weil Cell war der teuerste 500 oder wieso? Bei ihm geht am wenigsten ab. Ich bin ein großer Cell-Fan, aber irgendwie da passiert nicht so viel.
Like pretty much all Dragon Ball cards. What I really like about these is because like everyone that watched or grown up with Dragon Ball Z growing up, everyone knew that there was those 3 different tiers of the enemies. You started with Frieza in the Namek Saga, you moved on to the Android and Cell Saga with Cell being the final boss, and then you had Majin Buu. And this actually showcases all their forms in artworks, and they're all, to me, they seem like a set. They're really cool, and definitely ones I'd be adding to my collection. Now, the next one on the list is Son Goku Childhood from the manga Booster Box 02. This card gives me such nostalgic vibes, and it's obviously from the earlier era. There's definitely a chance that these old school Dragon Ball cards may not have the highest collector base, but I think for the fans of the show, especially for the OG, these are just such good artworks to add to your collection. We can see right here, it's selling for $109 US, and you know, if you bought this early January, you're looking at $16, which is insane to see the price spikes that have happened across the board for Dragon Ball cards. They've really become massive collectibles, and you can see that it's actually the fastest growing TCG at the moment. When you actually think like One Piece, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, they've always been dominant, but now Dragon Ball's come into the mix. And if you haven't really been kept up to date why that's happened, the big reason is because the Super Anime is returning. So Dragon Ball isn't just going to be living from essentially just like some game releases and a few movies that have come out. It's actually going to have its proper anime return, and that's caused a massive spike in the TCG market. Some people are thinking it's just hype and it's gonna fizzle out. I have a feeling that it just didn't have any lifeline in it for so many years. So the fact that the lifeline's back in, don't forget, TCGs have all just become popular post all Dragon Ball Super. In 2018, TCGs were not anywhere near as popular as they were. And that's when Dragon Ball Super went on its hiatus. And when we look at like 2020 and what happened with the Pokemon boom, and in 2022 and 2023, and now...
Dragon Ball? Was? Alter, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ist der Scheiß. Und jetzt ist aber Yu-Gi-Oh! Der Scheiß.
how big trading cards are, well, guess what? Dragon Ball actually having its anime and having Lifeline in it, mixed with the TCG boom, I do not think that this is a hype wave at all. I really think that this is going to be here to stay, and there's going to be a massive migration of collectors who still come into Dragon Ball as it continues.
Piccolo.
Now, the next one is the Son Goku alternate art from Awakened Pulse. Now, while the artwork isn't anything too special, this is one of the better chase cards from the first ever Fusion World set, so I do think it's got a bit of a place in its history, and even though it's not as expensive as the Super alternate art, it definitely is a bit more attainable. So right here we can see the card was selling for like $15, right there $18, and then right there when that says January 25th. January 25th was when the Super Anime said that it was going to return, and you can really see that caused this massive market shift. Right now selling for $118. So definitely all these cards have went from something that you could obtain pretty easily to, yeah, you do have to fork out quite a bit of money to own some of these cards. But this is one of, it's not the top chase card from Awaken Pulse, but it is definitely one of the more wanted cards from that set, and it is the first set from Fusion World. Definitely an interesting one to add to your collection. Now, the next on this list is any early Fusion World booster boxes. Honestly, considering Fusion World set the path for this new...
Ich bin großer Super Saiyan 4 Fan. Raging Raw. Da ist Son Goku Super Saiyan 4 drauf. Was sind da für Chase-Karten drin? Boom, 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 boom. Mal gucken. Boah. Okay, Godress. Ah, die ist auch da. Godress sind immer geisteskrank teuer. Habe ich schon gecheckt. Ansonsten sieht die aus. Ich meine, sieht okay aus. Jetzt nicht so crazy. 1250. Ansonsten ist da gar nicht so viel drin. Wir können noch mal kurz gucken. Seltenheit absteigen, was da so drin ist. Warum geht es nicht mit Godray los? Ist jetzt nicht so viel Spice drin, ne? Die 30 €. Oder was kostet die? 30. Ist okay. Weil ich denke immer, du brauchst halt auch geilen Stuff in den Sets, damit die steigen. Ne? Das reicht halt nicht, dass du sagst, okay, ich bin das Erste oder das Dritte. Vielleicht bei Pokémon. Aber gut, da ist halt ein Glurak, ne? Aber wenn du da keine Banger-Karten hast,
they've all been climbing in price. Some are getting more expensive than others, but I think owning one of the earlier sets from like anything from like FBO1 to FBO4 is an awesome collectible. So these are definitely ones I'd be adding to my list. I do think that Fusion World, like I've said, like I've mentioned in a few other videos, but definitely I do think Fusion World is just going to be getting better and better, and the artworks are going to get even like more experimental and different as well. And I do think as time goes on, Fusion World will overtake Masters in terms of their artwork creativity. For now, it hasn't reached that point in my opinion, but it will definitely get there. Now in the next spot, we have the Chi-Chi alternate art from Manga Booster Box 01. This is a really cool artwork that showcases early drawings, and Chi-Chi actually has blue hair here, and it resembles Bulma in a lot of ways. It's a super sick artwork and a really cool one to add to your collection. Right now selling for $171, and you can see if you bought it around October, it was selling for $38. So yeah, again, Fusion World, anything from the Manga Booster Box sets has really climbed in price. There's a lot of artworks I'm showing and a lot of cards from those manga sets because I do think that they really took it to another level, both 1 and 2. And it's going to be really cool to see where the Manga Booster Boxes, how iconic do they become for TCG, because they're probably the biggest Dragon Ball collectible we've seen. And everyone's trying to get their hands on it, and it's actually made a lot of people just jump in over because they're all trying to add that to like their sealed collections. Though the cards inside and some of the chases in them are so good, and with how expensive it's become and how expensive some of these chases are, all of these are something that every collector, especially if you've just entered the Dragon Ball world, you should be looking at these for sure. Now, the next one is the Sparking Zero promotional cards that came in the premium.
Also der Vegeta und Trunks sehen ja crazy aus. Final Hope Slash. Final Hope Slash. Bitte sei nicht 500 €. 44. Da ziehen wir uns gleich auf jeden Fall eine rein. Aber müssen. Ne, hier. Müssen die. Ja doch, die hatte ich vorhin auch angeklickt, gell? Full Set available. Was kosten die anderen? Das sind jetzt nur alle Promos. Okay, der kostet einen Fuffi. Und was kostet der Vegeta Final Flash? Boah, der sieht auch... Final Flash. Hier, boah, die sind günstig. Die sind günstig und crazy. Puh, kann man sich ein paar ziehen. Gutes Video.
Premium collector box. So these have been under the radar for a very long
Die anderen Energiemarker bin ich auch großer Fan. Das ist so ein Coin, wenn du Player 2 bist, so wie ich das verstanden habe. Kann mehr haben. Mit. Wird leider die teuerste sein, aber Basic finde ich nicht so
time, and I actually don't think a lot of collectors understand how hard these were to obtain, plus the fact that they're linked to one of the most popular Dragon Ball games. The 4 cards that we have here are Final Flash, Final Hope Slash, Kamehameha, and the Awesome Energy Marker. Now these are all official artworks from Sparking Zero.
Was kostet der Energy Marker? Den finde ich auch noch cool. Energy Marker. Der kostet schon 100 € oder so. Aber ich glaube, Leute spielen damit auch so. Ich glaube, wir machen Preis absteigen, dann sehen wir den. So. Desto länger ich runterscroll, umso besser. Was heißt, umso erschwinglicher wird sie. Okay, wir haben hier Fighter Z 300. Ist die hier? Ja, das ist der hier. Sparking Zero. Eine online. 10k? Okay.
And they have Sparking Zero logo on them as well. But what makes them so unique is the way that you actually had to obtain these cards. These were only available as special promos in the Sparking Zero Premium Collector's Edition, which had to be pre-ordered from Bandai before the release of Sparking Zero. So the whole collection here is insanely expensive, but of course these are the guaranteed cards you get in that set. Now, even though a lot of these would have been sold, I actually feel these are really cool and unique pickups as they're promos from one of the most popular Dragon Ball games made in modern history. Plus, we've got that Sparking Zero DLC coming out as well, and this is going to be a massive game for years to come. And honestly, there's no other way really to get these cards now. The only way is in that pre-order window that you had, and plus you had to get the most expensive kind of product to pre-order as well. So who knows how many of these exist, but they're definitely amazing cards to add to your collection. And again, they're very, very much connected to Sparking Zero as well, which I do believe will become a very, very beloved game. Though as these cards are rising, a lot of questions about Dragon Ball Fusion World and Dragon Ball Masters are coming up. And one of the bigger questions that comes up is, what's the actual difference between Dragon Ball Fusion World and Dragon Ball Masters? Well, I actually explain that in this video on screen right here. In this video, I speak on how to start collecting Dragon Ball cards in 2026. If you enjoyed this video, click
die hier gezogen. Die Trunks-Karte. Boah, das ist einfach Owner Farming. So, war ein gutes Video. War ein cooler Stream, waren coole Videos. Ich muss leider heute ein bisschen früher los. Hat aber sehr viel Spaß gemacht. Danke fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Liken. Boom. Ciao.